Hi, my name is MarianaArroniz and I'm going to talk about the science of biology. First, what's science? The word science derives from the Latin word scientia, which means knowledge. Science represents knowledge that has been gathered over time. It's an organized way of gathering and analyzing evidence about the natural world. One goal of the science is to provide natural explanation for events in the natural world. Science also aims to use those explanations to understand patterns in nature and to make useful predictions about the natural events. Now I'm going to explain the procedure of the core of the scientific methodology that involves observing and asking questions, making inferences and forming hypotheses, conducting controlled experiments, collecting and analyzing data, and drawing conclusions. And now, going back to the topic, what is the specific study of the biology? The specific study of the biology is that biology just deals only with the natural world. And what specific attitudes help generate new ideas? The curiosity, the skepticism, open-mindedness, and creativity help scientists to create new ideas every day. In this stage, peer review is too important because it allows researchers to share ideas and to test and evaluate each other's work. Now, taking back what biology is, that is all the living nature, like living things. What characteristics does living things share? Well, living things share basic units called cells, are based on a universal genetic code, obtain and use materials and energy, grow and develop, reproduce, respond to their environment, and change over time. Well, let's change our topic. What's a scientific theory? The word theory applies to a well-tested explanation that unifies a broad range of observations and hypotheses and that enables scientists to make accurate predictions about new situations. And now, taking back to science, what is the relationship between science and society? Using science involves understanding its context in society and its limitations. Why is metric system important in science? Most scientists use the metric systems when collecting data and performing experiments. All living things have DNA. What is DNA's work? DNA's work is to gather information organisms need to live, grow, and reproduce in a genetic code. That genetic code is called DNA. But what role does science play in the study of life? In order to study the characteristics of living things, you need to use and apply the scientific method. There are 7 steps that the scientific method has. The first is asking questions, make observations. The second is gather information. The 3 is forming a hypothesis. The 4 is to set up the controlled experiments. 5 is record and analyze the results. And 6 is to draw a conclusion. The number 7 is to repeat all the steps. Okay, but what's the first scientific investigation that begin with? The first thing the scientific investigation begin, it's the observation. Now, what are the central themes of biology? The study of biology revolves around several interlocking big ideas. The cellular basis of life, information and heredity, matter and energy, growth, development, and reproduction, homeostasis, evolution, structure and function, unity and diversity of life, interdependence in nature, and science as a way of knowing. Now, I know that I already talked about the scientific theory, but I talk about what is a scientific theory. That means a well-tested explanation that unifies a broad range of observation and hypotheses. That's what a scientific theory is. But what does scientific theory describe? Scientific theory describes a well-tested explanation for a range of phenomena. In my conclusion, I think that this topic is too important because it's a way of knowing about our environment, living plants as humans, animals and environment. Thank you.